Britta Gross manages the electrical infrastructure at GM, and she's going to walk us through a demonstration of the Chevy Volt. So, go ahead, Britta.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, let's just start. Why don't we just start by talking in general what this vehicle is? The Chevy Volt is an extended range electric vehicle, EREV. What does that mean? What that means is it's a vehicle that is all electric drive. There's no transmission on this vehicle. It is all electric drive. It first starts by running only on battery. So with a fully charged battery, the vehicle range is up to 40 miles before you use a drop of gas. Okay? There is a small gas engine on this vehicle that acts like a generator. When the battery's depleted, you've gone up to 40 miles, the gas engine seamlessly turns on, you won't even notice it, and acts like a generator to produce more electricity to, again, propel the vehicle in an electric mode. Again, so there's no transmission on this vehicle.
So the driver wouldn't notice, and how far, what kind of range are you hoping to get?
Hundreds of miles on the gas engine as an extended. That's why we call it a range, or an extended range electric vehicle. This gets rid of that whole old notion of range anxiety with pure EVs, where once you ran out of charge, you couldn't find a place to charge, you didn't know how you'd complete your trip. Okay. This eliminates that concern. Okay. This is a vehicle that's as easy as just plugging it in. And by the way, let me just talk about that for a second. Just come take a look at the charge port here. This vehicle is designed to be charged at either 120 volt or 240 volt. Okay, any normal household electrical socket can be used to plug in this vehicle. Charges in about 8 hours if you're at 120. And if you want to upgrade to 240 in your home, you can do that too. That always gives you about less than a 3-hour charge every time.
So that someone would have to get a sort of special charger that runs at 240 volts? Is it
there
in
would
their
be a
home?
small wall unit you'd get at home to do that. The federal codes require that we do something special for 240 volt plugging in and out every day. Okay. But what the vehicle will come with is, for example, this cord that you're seeing right here. Here is the charger. This will come with the car. You'll have this loose end on here. Find your 120 volt socket at your outlet at your home. Plug this thing in, and you're ready to go. Okay? 8 hours later, you're ready to drive this vehicle. Or, again, if you step up the voltage a little bit and use the same current voltage that your electric dryer uses, which almost all American homes have, plug it in, you get a much faster recharge.
Right.
So again, this vehicle is designed to be as convenient and uncomplicated as anything that's ever been out there before. The beauty is, you drive 40 miles without ever using a drop of gas. If your commute's less than that, great. 30 miles after your commute, you still have a little bit of battery charge left, but top it off. Find another plug, top it off. I wonder how many weeks and months consumers could go without using gasoline in this vehicle.
Right, making a competition.
That's right. It's going to. I think that will be a competition to see what happens here. So you look at the vehicle, you say, okay, look at a little bit aerodynamic here. That was important. We want to maximize the range you can get on this battery. Some people are familiar with the way the concept vehicle looked. The concept vehicle was a little bit more radical. We tried to retain as many of the features of the original concept design because it was so raved about by consumers that saw that vehicle when it was revealed at the auto show back in, I guess, early 2007. So we retained as much as we could, but it had to be improved aerodynamically. Rounded some edges, brought the coefficient of drag way down. So this is going to be a very, very efficient vehicle. It's got a very large battery in this vehicle. Still, it takes a lot of battery to move a vehicle. This is a subcompact vehicle. Seats 4 people, but still it takes a lot of battery to move this around. It's about a 400-pound battery, T-shaped, runs all the way up through the console and underneath the rear seats. Okay? It takes a lot of battery to do this job. All right. What you notice, I'm going to open up the car door right now. Take just a glance inside here. Pretty modern looking. Okay. Again, it's very intuitive to operate this vehicle. That's one of our goals, is make it modern but intuitive. Give every feature that indicates this is transportation of the future, but make it intuitive so that people are comfortable with the technology. Real nice door panels in here, you can see. Got some nice consoles in here.
Right.
Again, everything you want in a vehicle. No excuses not to be able to put this into your lifestyle and adapt to this vehicle and buy this vehicle.
Now, what are the consoles for? See, there are 2 of them.
Yeah, it's just different instrument panels here. One describes the trend in highly electrified vehicles is to talk about energy flow and how to become a better driver. Is your battery producing the electricity or providing the electricity that's driving the vehicle? Are you on your gas vehicle? Right? Are you on the gas extender? range extender on the vehicle. So it just sort of is information for consumers where your energy flow is coming from. It's sort of a trend that's developing in the automotive world. Also has iPod connectivity. It has everything that you want in a new vehicle that reflects the future.
Okay, so speaking of the future, this is going to be ready in 2 years, is that right?
2 years. We have 24 months essentially. November 2010 is the target. We've held fast to it. It still looks good. The battery development's going along really, really well. And it's just a matter now of bringing the vehicle together in all its components, complete development, complete testing, and then work with communities and governments to make sure we have all the incentives in place to make sure that the price comes down on this vehicle, because it is expensive to put a new technology out on the streets. And this vehicle is no exception. It's just like any other new technology. Very, very expensive. We will lose money on every vehicle we produce. The question is, how long can you do that before you finally turn that curve? And that's where government comes in. Can we get enough incentive and help putting this vehicle out there to get it to the point where it's competitive and try to sell us in the millions? Let's get this vehicle out there.
All right, well, Britta Gross from General Motors, thanks very much.
You're welcome. My pleasure.